Hello. Didn't start the captions. That's fine.
Bye, Shay.
Goodbye.
Look what you've done to her.
Terrible.
First time back in
I know.
ages.
I know. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
We get to play D&D again.
We get to play D&D
right?
again. We
You
get to play Adoris again. I know. It's
right?
crazy.
And Lawrence and I were talking about it on the way over where it was just like, we got that one session in.
Yep.
After a rough, long break, and then we had another rough, long break, unfortunately.
Yep.
It's been... Yeah. Terrible pandemic, dude.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, we're here once again for the Lost Kings of Adoris, the campaign that I DM'd. So we'll go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves, and I will recap what happened the last time. And then we'll pick up.
So long ago.
Mm-hmm. I'm John, and I play Marcus.
I'm Sarah, and I play Dandelion.
I'm Glenn.
I'll figure that out later.
Yep. A person.
And he plays Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Autumn, and I play Twig.
I'm Mike, and I play Mr. Pigeon.
I'm Lawrence, and Shay is no more.
Mm-hmm.
Now I play Ren.
And I'm not Shay.
I'm not Shay.
I'm Don,
Mm-hmm.
the DM of this campaign. So last time, you guys made your way into the cathedral and set up in the various hiding spaces that you found for yourselves around the area. Marcus, you spoke with Captain Emmerich and Benjamin and just kind of awaited nightfall where your friends were hiding in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Made your way in, kicked down the doors,
Mm-hmm.
and rode aggressively towards Jandar. Jandar raised the four knights that were dead on the ground around him as sort of a pseudo shield, and hid at the center of them, whipping all of you with like an extended chain-ish like scythe.
Yeah, like a sickle on
Yeah.
chain.
You guys were able to, kind of dance around, and really only Captain Emmerich got beat to shit. Everyone else played pretty smartly and
I took
stayed.
48
You
damage.
took a lot of damage, but
Captain
Emmerich took a lot.
He did
He took a lot.
almost died,
He did
like,
almost
twice.
die.
He really did almost die.
Several times. Jandar was able to take control of Benjamin through some sort of magical means, who did turn on Captain Emmerich, as was his command. Marcus then commanded him to go read the Bible,
Gotta preach,
the
dude.
Furianian Bible, which he did then walk over to the pulpit and begin reading, and pretty much stayed out of the fight after that.
Read it.
Yeah.
Reading,
Thank God
which he
read,
can
dude.
definitely do. He definitely can read. Mr. Pigeon had a weird thing happen to him where he started to cast a spell, and suddenly walked with a rather jerky motion over towards Jandar and attacked. And Twig was like, "I don't like that," and then whispered, "Shh," and dragged him off into the night. So that way he wasn't in melee range anymore, just in case, because who knows. As the battle began to conclude, Shay sparred with Jandar, and the two of them had a conversation, and then Shay dealt the final blow to Jandar, stabbing him through the chest a lot, and as each stab went further and further through his figure, Shay began to change into an elven woman that I will let Lawrence describe again after, because it's his character. And you could hear the sound of the dagger stabbing through Jandar and hitting the concrete stone floor of the cathedral below as Jandar faded from his elvish pale figure to a sickly gray that you had seen once before with the assassin in the casino.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we are picking up the... and you also had a very large band come crashing through the window.
A Batman.
In the middle of the battle.
Yeah.
Who promptly just glared in Marcus's direction and then shrugged and lifted his sword and began to attack Jandar, and everybody assumes that that's fine.
Yeah.
Because, enemy of my enemy is my friend, so
Yeah.
therefore, logic would dictate.
Yes, a large hulking man hit our enemy with a club, and that's friendship.
Yep. So he crashed through like Brendan Fraser from The Mummy through the glass, slamming into the ground, superhero pose, and just glared in Marcus's direction, and then beat the shit out of a wizard.
I think
So
we got a nod out of him, right?
he did. Yeah, he nodded.
I pointed at Jandar, and he just went. I was like, okay.
Beat the shit out of a wizard. And yeah, that is where we are picking up. You are all standing around. Shay now looks like a completely different person, and there is a very large hulking man that you do not know.
I'm sitting at one of the pews.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's where we're picking up. If you'd like to describe what your character looks like now, since it's been forever.
Yeah. So where we left off, the figure formerly known as Shay was punching a hole through a Jandar, as you do on your usual Friday evening. And at this time, where once was Shay, still dressed in the clothing that Shay was wearing, is the figure of an elven woman. She'd be of a comparable build to Shay. Shay was pretty slight to begin with, being half elven in appearance, but she'd be a little smaller, and she's got long blonde hair, and which would be down right now, and she's pretty blood spattered and crying, and at this time probably slowing on the punching and kind of falling back and sitting on the floor.
Captain Emmerich still incredibly bloodied.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
he is sitting just kind of leaning against one of the pews, and Benjamin is just standing looking rather confused.
Still at the pulpit.
Still at the pulpit. I guess he is still,
Yeah.
so he's still attempting to read.
It would only be the single action.
Oh,
I just
okay.
meant that in terms of, like, I'm pretty sure Jandar died, like, the next turn, like,
Yeah.
within that time frame.
Yeah, so
like,
he's still up there just looking rather confused,
Like, why am I
holding,
here?
yeah, holding the Bible.
These words.
Yeah,
the
like-
freaking Bible. And yeah, Captain Emmerich is leaning, breathing rather heavily against one of the pews.
Yeah.
Just kind of leaning on his sword.
I'm rushing over to my boy. I'm gonna lay on hands him.
Yeah, he immediately throws his hand over your shoulder.
Full 25.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Marcus.
It got a bit rough there for a minute, huh?
A little bit. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Well, there were also horrifying figures of the undead.
Also that.
Not often you would have been fighting those, I would assume.
Not as young as I used to be.
You fought them when you were younger?
No.
Okay.
A joke.
That's I need to make sure sometimes.
Yes. No, that's
I do
understandable.
appreciate the humor.
Yes. It helps with the pain.
It does. But we're all alive.
We're all alive. and
Jandar's not, obviously.
yes,
Our friend took care of that.
yes. Who is that?
Shay.
That doesn't look like Shay. Another. I didn't realize they were a wizard. Like Ren.
Maybe. Some kind of magic.
Ren did that rather frequently.
Yes. And so does Mr. Pigeon.
You released me.
Yes.
Never again.
I was dragged backwards.
Still being hugged.
You've let me go.
This is like the ending
the
of
fight is
Titanic,
done.
but the water's warm. Like, don't let go!
You're
Arm
still in a
one.
sleeper hold.
Yeah.
Hand over the mouth.
Yeah, I guess I would have.
Once the fighting
let
stops.
go.
Okay. I'd get up and dust myself off and approach.
Mr. Pigeon disguises himself quite well, also.
Yes. He's rather good at that as well.
Yes. And then we have a new man. Large man.
So much happened.
Oh, yes. You played a flute.
It's the one you gave me.
It is. It's a nice flute.
I figured out how to use it.
That's good.
It's a pretty good flute.
I'm glad you have that. Everyone's
I
alive.
think I was able to help. Was that? What happened to Shay?
Right there.
Imagine I'm like halfway across the room from where
Yeah.
you're at, right? Because you went over to the pulpit.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like Shay.
Nope.
But Shay was there.
Yep. There are a lot of incredibly confusing things in life, Dandelion.
All of them happened just now.
It's like a hand. Sometimes I can make my fingers touch. But if you were to put something in between them, I can't. Right?
Right.
Yes,
Or if I were to put my hand over your eyes, you couldn't see beyond my hand.
that is true. But Shay was standing right there,
Absolutely.
and now he's not. And who is that?
No idea. That's a big guy.
Just sitting at the pulpit with my hands on my knees, just like catching my breath.
Seems great.
Sir.
I'm gonna wander over towards.
That's safe.
Hail and well met.
Who are you?
Yes. Thank you for the help with killing this horrible man. Did someone send you?
He is a wizard.
Yes,
Who? Are you
Pointing at the corpse.
kind of, in a sense, yes.
I think he was a wizard.
He's a wizard no more.
True.
I do agree with that.
He's dead.
I'm gonna pull one of my nails off of my
Yep.
necklace of nails.
That's
I'm
good.
gonna rummage around in my bag.
I
I'm
love
gonna
where
pull
this
out a
is going.
small hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of those little like.
No, just like a regular like
Oh, okay.
carpentry hammer. And walk across the room. Look at Shay. You mind?
Be my guest.
I'm gonna like whisper at my nail. Good. Put it on his chest and begin hammering it and staking him to the floor with this nail.
How big is this nail?
You know, big enough.
I've never felt more safe, Captain Emmerich. I, a good lawful man, am surrounded by good lawful people.
Yes. We're gonna have to move that.
Is that?
The
Because
man?
he's a wizard.
The body.
I'm going to hide behind Marcus.
See? A good guy.
I don't think he likes magic.
He's a wizard. You're not a wizard. You're Dandelion.
That's true.
This is Dandelion, not a wizard.
Yes.
There we go.
My, how you have grown.
That's good.
I think he's talking to you.
Me?
No, Dandelion.
Me.
Yeah. You've grown. You were a little dandelion.
You were small. Now you are still small. Slightly bigger. You may remove the nail from the floor, not from the body.
That seems like
Sure.
a fair bargain.
He may not come back now.
Thank you.
That's great to know.
That is helpful.
I
Because he
won't
did
allow
once
it.
already during
Yes.
the fight, so that's good.
Do you have additional nails?
Just jiggle my necklace.
That's great.
And then look down at my boots that are also covered with nails.
Woo! All right, we're covered.
Did we get the art?
I don't know actually. Did you?
We showed it very briefly during the previous
Yeah,
session.
that's right.
Big fight when he jumped through a window.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy's a friend.
He's Batman.
Yeah.
See, I drew small nails.
It's fine. Nails
So you're
nonetheless.
quite large, so maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're magical.
Yeah. They can grow.
They're extendable.
Okay.
They
They're 10-foot whole nails.
Yeah.
are now.
Oh my god.
Little miniature immovable rods.
Yeah.
You cowled up right now?
Yeah.
Nice. I respect
Nothing
it.
but just piercing eyes.
Everyone is so good and friendly, Dandelion. We're in the company of terrific friends.
Why does he know I was small?
I have no idea. You should probably ask him.
How did you know I was small?
I saw
I'm
you.
still hiding behind Marcus.
I saw you, small.
There you go.
He's gonna put his finger up and rummage through his satchel again. He's gonna pull out a little tiny, like, notebook. Flip back a couple pages.
You're on a list, Dandelion. A good list.
The nail list.
A nice list, I hope. Santa?
It's a nailing list.
Keep flipping. Let me find a good one. There it is. I found graves in the woods, marked with crosses.
I did do that.
Thieves. Beheaded.
Did do
This was you.
Yeah.
You leave awful trail. Awful trail. Easy to track.
That's good.
That's not good.
Why not? He found us.
I guess it's good this time.
Yeah, serendipity is a wonderful mistress.
You,
It's gonna be my next name when I change.
Oh no.
misunderstand.
How so?
Just nod yes.
Friend of the mountains.
Okay.
Friend of the mountains.
Which mountains?
Hold on, let me pull the thing up. I forget the name of it.
The one by that.
Yeah, with the thing in the tree.
Oh, yeah. The one where we went to the cave and we found the
Oh.
guy in, the sickly giant that we freed. Is that your dad? Did we free your papa? Is that why you're here? We did it, Doc!
Fucking Christ,
When
I
you
hope
freed
not.
We freed the sickly giant guy in the caves. He was in a big cage. When we went to save my druid people pre-temple.
In the mines right before the temple.
I don't remember the giant. Where was I?
He's there. He's hanging out.
He was in a cage in the corner of the room.
It's not that I don't believe you. It's just like I have memories of everything around that and not that
we
specific one.
snuck through. That was where you went invisible to try to get the keys off the one guard. And we got through into the actual mines behind the little pseudo thief city. I don't remember the name of the thief city, but it was at the base of the mountains.
This was like a year ago, right?
Absolutely.
I think longer.
Probably.
Yeah, but how long ago
Because
was
it
it
wasn't
in
this
game?
past Christmas. I think it was the one prior.
True.
It's time.
Yep.
We've skipped a lot of sessions.
Yep.
How many days ago in game?
A couple weeks, right?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
I remember that.
15
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
15
It was.
days.
Oh, okay.
Is it your papa?
No, you misunderstand again. What is Frosted Peaks?
The ice cream dwarfs.
Yes,
Where the tree was?
there's doors.
The ice cream dwarfs.
No, there's just trees on mountain.
Oh.
The ice cream dwarfs, though. Remember the guy in the city? He smushed the cold treats together?
Mm-hmm.
And he had that weird, tinkery thing?
I am friend to you,
To me?
all of you.
That's great. We
I-
like friends.
I do not bring any harm to you.
I'm definitely not a wizard, so.
So many more tricks, though.
So, you said track? Like, why? Tracking?
I follow. I'm looking for you.
For Dandelion.
No, you, Marcus.
Marcus. Me, Marcus.
Yes,
Flea Marcus.
son of... What is his name?
Marcus.
No, they call him name. Wilted Leaf.
I was gonna go with Chad, but also that. Yes, that was when he was banished. That was his
They laugh.
bastardized name. They did.
They make jokes. They don't think you... Well, you only child. Much smaller in person. Would have thought bigger.
I'm still growing. I'm only 17.
Marcus is really tall.
He's very tall.
Just like looking down.
I'll stand,
Yeah, I'm supposed to be 6'5", 6'6".
I'll stand next
so
to
I
Marcus.
don't know what you are height-wise.
Pushing 8. Like.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean Goliath. Fuck yeah. I mean, fucking Cat over there is 7 feet tall. I'm in the middle of the party, actually. At 6'6". That's absurd.
I'm at the bottom.
You are.
No, I track.
Papa?
I've been held, forced to do things,
You were kidnapped? Imprisoned?
weaponized.
Weaponized?
I have very specific set of skills.
Liam?
Well, I found you.
I mean, that's good news.
They called me names, they put me in cage and sent me out
Kind of like your father.
to fight. For them?
Who's they? The snowy dwarves?
No.
It's the Fjordanians, right?
Arbor.
The what?
The Kingdom of Arbor.
Arborians.
You're in Fjordan now.
The Arborians?
Oh. Against Fjordane?
They didn't tell. They just point me in the direction, say, evil,
Okay.
kill it.
I mean,
And I thought I was doing the right thing.
what was it evil that you were killing, though?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you know, maybe we could
There were some magicians, hags, wizards.
Hags?
You never kill a hag before?
I don't think we've ever seen a hag.
I think I've seen a hag once.
Have you?
That was a long time ago.
Like, the
Yeah,
cottage?
back home.
Home?
I'm gonna reach in my bag and pull out a pen and hold it up to my back.
What did she look like?
Hagley.
But I've seen a hag before.
I was gonna say, you talked yourself into this.
I just want,
You've made an incredible
I mean,
decision
they're
right
they're
now.
fake creatures. That's,
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah, no, you absolutely have. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I think she had long hair.
She has hair.
Yes.
Good. What else?
Skin.
Log,
Right?
Eyes. Usually.
log,
I-
hair. Oh, long hair. Eyes.
It was actually log hair.
Ooh, she has log hair. You said eyes.
Yes.
She has eyes.
I think most hags do though.
Is she alive?
And she was walking around and talking, but that doesn't
Oh, they're the worst ones.
that doesn't always mean alive,
Oh, dear God.
based on what we just saw.
You give me 3 days, tell me where, and she will not be for long.
Oh, I don't think you can go there.
I like this guy. He's all about killing bad stuff. We're kind of all about killing bad stuff.
Is that what we're about?
I mean, they're great at it. Look at the three of them. Quite literally natural born
Chase covered in or
killers.
Maybe,
Ren,
uh,
Ren, right? R-E-N.
W-R-E-N-N.
Oh,
It's Ren, I think.
Ren.
like the
Ren.
bird.
So, you. Where did you see my father?
I've never seen your father.
Oh, so
I've
you heard
heard
the
stories.
Arborians talking about my father.
Yes,
Okay.
they call him Wilted Leaf. They
Uh-huh.
taunt him, laugh. Hard to make out what they were saying, as Gahmen is not my mother tongue.
Probably like coward or bastard.
That sounds right, yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird they were talking about fishes.
Yeah. Well, that was my dad. Same with me.
Yes, they do not like you, but like I said, they think you pose very little threat. They don't take you seriously. But you and I, we know.
We know. We do know.
We have the same heart.
That's good.
Fuck the bad guys.
That's what I was thinking exactly. We have exactly that same heart. See, Dandelion, he's a good guy. His heart has quite literally said, fuck the bad guys. And that's pretty much what's on my chest.
The mountains are mine.
I'll pull my
Those are really nice
armor
tattoos.
aside. I've
Wow.
got 2 mountains with a spiral sun in the middle.
I don't think my heart says anything like that.
Maybe.
You just need to listen.
Yeah.
But enough laughter.
Haha.
Your friend is very sad.
Sad friend. You're good at comforting Dandelion.
Walk over to this person who used to be Shay.
It's fair. You'd be approaching me from behind.
Peek around. Are you like sitting on the ground?
Yep, just sitting on the ground. Probably staring up.
Shay?
Ren. It's alright, Dandelion.
What happened?
What do you mean?
You don't look the same, and you don't sound the same, but you. I think you're the same.
Yes. This is the way that I am. And, Shay needed time to rest. And I would take off Shay's cloak.
Yep.
And wipe the blood off of myself with it. And then fold it up neatly.
So you're not Shay?
It's complicated. Shay is a part of my whole. And I would gesture to the form of Jandar, which would not look like Jandar any longer.
Nope.
We are changelings.
He was too?
Yes. And the other that we fought previously.
Oh, the one from the.
From the gambling halls, yes.
They were like gray, right?
Mm-hmm. They would have been
Like they.
very much grayed out in color the way that I imagine Jandar is at this time.
Yes. Yeah, Jandar now looks like that and does
Oh.
not look like the long pointed elvish ears or anything. He is a gray, fairly androgynous, colorless creature. Meat sack, yeah. With a hole
Couple
directly
of
in his chest.
and a nail.
And then a nail. So another hole.
I guess. Here's a question. Changelings are fake creatures, right? Would Dandelion be familiar with them at all?
Mm. They might be, but they're not in my world.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you would not.
Okay, I
have-
wasn't sure if
yeah,
that was
no,
like
no, no. Yeah, I don't think you would be familiar with. I don't think you would have seen anybody that looks like this specifically.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say that they aren't in the Feywild at all, but you would not have seen somebody like this.
Beyond the one that we'd seen previously.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Are changelings as a whole like known about?
Yeah. They're not secret or anything. Just there are not a lot of them that choose to take their base form, so they're not seen frequently. But it's not like it's a hidden thing.
Hmm.
So this is Ren?
Yes.
Like Ren. But
Similar.
he would be upset about this.
He was rather fond of arguing the semantics.
Young master, right? Where he?
He
lose-
exploded in a room.
I lose him about a few days back.
Well, that was when he popped off in a room. Really bright colors. Yep, we found his goo in a pile of water.
My common is not so good. I'm not sure you should be telling strangers what he does in his alone time.
That's what I told Dandelion as well, to give him a moment and clean it up. Never came out.
He disappeared.
Popped too hard.
Happens to the best, I guess.
He's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. He's
Fine, he's not here.
not here. He's alive, I think.
Is
I'm pretty
he-
sure.
Yeah, he's alive. He's with Ron. Hanging out in the, in-between place. Dad's helping him read.
Is he invisible?
No. Hello.
I'm joking. No, he's probably dead.
Something like that.
If he is alive,
And we talked to him. I think he's alive. He's just not here. He's somewhere else.
Hey, we saw Ron teaching him to read.
so he's invisibly reading. Yep.
I don't. He was kind of a little bit invisible. Not like this, and then I'll go
Like,
invisible.
yeah, he was like shimmery, like there was a weird transparency to him, but still visible.
The moment you start saying that, I actually just like kind of put my head down and start writing all of that down in my
Mhm.
book.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely not here. He was fucking around with some spellcrafting and disappeared into the Feywild. And now Dandelion's old Papa Ron is looking after him. Papa Ron.
I went invisible when I said that, and I'm going to try and look over his shoulder. We still don't know his name.
Nope.
And-
You're gonna try and look over my shoulder.
I mean, or just like blatantly at what you're doing. I'm invisible.
You would see in my book that it would say long log, hair, eyes, lol, crossed out, eyes. And then a bunch of scribbles that made it look like I was writing. And then you would also see everything that Marcus had just said about Shimmery and the Feywild. But that's all written super clearly.
I'm not going to do anything with this information. I just have it now.
I would like to search Jandar's body for personal effects.
Sure. Around his neck there is the like hourglass with the flower in it on the large silver chain. Also in his pocket he has 2 daggers that are both sheathed, that are kind of not like jewel encrusted on the edges, but there's some sort of like gems that are carved into like runic symbols on the hilts. I would say that you recognize these.
I do recognize
Yes,
them. There's
as
something that he has
Something
had.
that he has had for a long
Sure.
time, yes, on him currently.
Would I know if they were significant to him? I mean, aside from the fact that he has had them for a while.
Sure.
Like, did he ever talk about them, or...
Yeah, I would say that I'll message it
Sure.
to you.
Yeah, I mean, I would take those.
Yeah.
Well, after peeking at the notebook, I would run back over to Ren. Still invisible. And
You should run back over, though.
what?
As you start
You're like-
writing, as you run back
mean-
over,
I mean,
I'll
kind
just
of-
giggle a little bit. Fold my book up and put it in my bag.
Quiet, like I mean, not like intentionally quietly, but
Yeah, you're small.
I'm small, with some level of stealth. And
Sounds like a duck running across a tile floor.
Plap, 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 plap. Did you know him then?
You could say that, yes.
I'm assuming he wasn't your friend
No.
based on
No.
this. And you're nice. And I don't think he was.
He was not, no. Although I suppose that's relative. He made a habit of not being nice to much of anyone.
He heard that he was doing bad things, and then he was doing bad things here. I don't really know too much about him, though.
I'm not certain what he's been up to since I last saw him, but when I knew him previously, he was teaching.
He was a teacher?
You could call him that. Not very good things. For not very good people. But I've not seen him since I left that place.
Where was that?
West.
West. Past the mist.
Indeed.
Is that one of the places we're going back to?
I imagine we'll end up there eventually. Some unfinished business, it seems.
Did he say anything, like, just because it's been a while, when he was fighting us and everything, did he give us any information about, like, what he was doing? Or was it just from mainly seeming like I have power and I can do what I want kind of thing?
It was an I have power, I can do what I want, and the people that are behind me cannot be stopped. I believe that he mentioned that this goes deeper than it is even perceived to be.
Do you know who he was working with?
Prominent family. The Blackflower family. Though he claimed that he was mostly on his own recently. He said that they were in Arbor.
That is correct, yes.
That is what he said, yes.
My head would perk up as soon as you say that.
You say this name.
Yes. Blackflowers?
Seems you and I have a lot more in common than I expect.
Is that who trained you?
Common enemy.
Hmm.
Oh, what a lovely day we will have.
If that's how you'd like to look at it.
Closing of a chapter.
I suppose that part will be lovely.
Stand up off the floor if I'm done rooting through his personal effects.
Yep. Very good.
While that conversation was going on, I would have walked over to Mr. Pigeon and Twig. You guys still have dynamite?
Got a church to blow.
I'm gonna say that you
Dynamite
definitely
register.
do because Rin did, and you have Rin's things.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So you definitely do.
Dynamite.
Just in case.
that would be in the old sleeves then.
Yeah.
The old dynamite sleeve.
I asked because there is
Get
supposed to
that written
be.
down too.
We should probably get a move on. There's like a siege at the castle itself that Emmerich had set in place. We might need the dynamite. Just wanted to make sure that we have it. Do either of you two like to ride horse? No? Okay. Very good. Gonna get on my horse then. I figured if you wanted to plant the dynamite somewhere, you might need to get there quickly.
I'm a fast runner.
That's true. You could carry Mr. Pigeon.
Climb on the
Then
horse.
Just the squinted eyes of betrayal as he climbs up behind me.
Just airplane ears.
Yeah.
Arms around Marcus.
Yeah, I mean, I would look back over towards Emmerich and be like, there is still more shit.
Yes.
Like, you said you had a litany of soldiers that were storming the castle.
Yes.
I'm going to go to that.
Yes. Benjamin, and he's just like
Still, like 5 minutes has gone by.
he's not even reading anymore. He's just like stunned.
Benny! Hey,
Oh,
we're good. We won.
great.
Round 2.
Sure.
Hurry along.
All right. And
Get on your horse.
That's somewhere.
It should still be in the cathedral. We rode in on them.
Right. And he just trots over
I'm hoping that I
He's
look
just,
towards
he's
the
like-
front.
that one.
Yeah, same thing to
It's
Emmerich.
actually labeled.
Like that one.
Yeah, Benjamin is shaped into the side.
The two of them just say
Benjamin's
this and that
horse.
one.
Right? Yeah, I mean, I would ensure that Benny and Emmerich get on their horses and
Yeah, Benjamin turns around 1 second, and he like closes his eye for a second and thinks, and another horse pops up in the center for your friends.
oh, you should probably ride your actual magical steed and give them the real horse.
Sure. This one's labeled. It's got the. Sure. Yes, of course.
Your magical one can also
Yes.
be labeled, Benny, and that's part of the spell. Name it that, actually. Part of the spell.
Sure. Good.
a
That's
good
a good
name.
one. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. He hops on and grabs the
He's
reins.
very
and-
flustered.
yes,
You
extremely.
can call them POTS for short.
Sure.
Part of this.
Oh,
Yeah, it's an acronym, Benny.
good. Good.
I'll
good.
teach
good,
you all
good.
about
Yes,
it after
all
we
right.
siege this castle.
He goes sprinting out of
Ready,
there.
Mr. Pigeon? We're gonna blow some shit up. Yeah!
I'll try to climb on the horse.
I know, you're invisible. I don't
I'm
actually have
invisible.
any idea that you're there.
I don't think the horse would like that, but
I mean, it's my horse.
was it your horse?
Yeah, it's my magical steed. I can't find steed.
Oh,
Yeah. So, like, it obeys me.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
like, friendly towards all things to which I am friendly, perceivably. It's Icarus Jr.
tried to climb on the horse.
Yeah, I mean, I would look at, ye old tall man, the cat, and Ren. You're like, Castle!
I'll be right behind you.
Very good. There's an extra horse from good old Benny. Yeah.
I should probably get on your horse.
Go ahead and
Are
hop
you
on.
saying
I
Are you
just
thinking
I'm
aloud?
thinking
As the horse runs.
She turns to say it to you, but you're gone.
Just gonna kind of like look
if
up.
he's coming, he's big and
Yeah, get on the horse, and we're just gonna kind of sit there with my eyes up. I'll pat the back of the horse.
oh, you're with Marcus. Okay.
You going to keep trying to climb?
I think I would eventually get up on the horse.
I can hear you.
I'll drop the invisibility.
You get better.
Yeah.
I teach you how to be really quiet. But not today.
Dynamite.
Today we go
Yes.
loud.
Do you need a horse? We.
Don't worry about me. I'll be right behind you.
Okay, insight check as we.
Does the cat need a ride?
I think she's running.
I'm gonna start sprinting.
After Mr. Pigeon. You get the fuck back here. I didn't say you could leave.
I'm gonna pull
What's the
another
backseat
nail off my
like, walk like
off my necklace and
speed?
chuck it to Ren.
I know it's high, right?
You need anything?
It's 30
Knock 3
30
times.
feet.
Oh, I thought it was.
Is your
I mean, rogues are double
ritual
dashers.
complete?
Mm.
Yeah.
It's backseat can
Well.
again.
It's no ritual, it's superstition, my friend.
Good.
Nail in the coffin. Good night. We go.
And we just start riding off.
Dandelion, as you climb up on the horse and
Yeah.
sit in front of, behind.
I think I tried to get on the horse first, so I don't know how that played out. If
Yeah.
he got on the horse and then was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm driving.
Yeah. So as you get on the horse and you like grab his coat to not fall off the back of this horse, you feel like a weird, almost like buzzing, and you shrink back to 1 foot.
wings.
Wings.
Oh,
Still holding on. Very small. Fluttering behind the coattails of this
We follow the
enormous man.
screaming.
Once they leave the room, I would drench Shay's cloak in all of my lantern oil and lay it over this corpse and light it on fire.
Yep. Sure. Yeah, you light this body, and what do you think that Ren would be feeling in this moment?
I think that Ren would be feeling resolved to returning to an amount of a previous life.
Sure.
And sometimes that involves cleaning.
Yeah. Any amount of satisfaction from this, or none, really?
Not from this one.
Yep. That was my thought, but I wanted to make sure that that aligned with your thoughts as well, rather than just say that. Yeah, so you, as this body burns, you don't feel really any satisfaction from this. It just feels like something that needed to be done, and was a long time coming. Are you waiting for the body to, like, finish burning?
I would wait long enough to make sure that it took enough that whoever actually finishes cleaning this up would assume that it was a burned corpse and not necessarily a changeling.
Sure. Twig, would you have taken the flower, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
That had actually been cut. The cord had been cut,
That's
and it
right.
had landed on the floor.
Right. So you would have taken the hourglass.
Yeah, stashed it.
Yep, very good. Okay. I just wanted to make sure, just because it's been several months since we've played. Yeah, so you now have a flower in, like, a weird hourglass, like, sand timer shape. After you burn the body, are you heading in the direction of the castle, or are you going somewhere else?
Yeah, after he's good and thoroughly ablaze, I would tie my hair back and follow.
Yep.
Quickly, quietly,
Yeah. Creeping along.
directly.
Yeah. Sure.
parkour.
Yeah, you guys sprint out into the night on your horses, followed by a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And
Honestly, the cat's probably faster than us.
Yep.
Actually, we dash. We'd also be going 120. So you are legit
Keeping
as
up with
fast as the war horse. Like impressively fast. Like yeah. Like oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. Have you caught up and are actively glaring at Mr. Pigeon, I assume?
No. No, I wouldn't acknowledge him. Just
Cold shoulder.
straight ahead.
Just roll the window up and look the other way.
Yeah, you guys rush towards the castle, and you don't hear, like,
The sounds of battle?
you don't hear the sounds of battle. You do see bodies everywhere along the entrance to the castle. The gate has been, like, blown open
Okay.
and like pushed through, essentially.
Sure.
You can see that there are a large number of soldiers that have other ones at like sword point, essentially, that are kind of
in the
have
midst of seeming surrender.
in the midst
sure.
of seeming surrender. I will tell you that the ones that are being held, or the ones that are holding the others at this sword point, have an emblem on their armor of the corded hands.
Yeah, for Ilmater.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I assume good old friendly times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as we rush through this gate, I would obviously gesture single-handed at them and look over at Captain Emmerich and be like, all your men, yeah?
Yes, the ones with the markings.
Yes, okay, all right, into the castle.
Into the castle.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, I continue riding through the castle grounds, right on up to ye old castle doors.
Yeah.
You said there's bodies. Are they mainly soldiers' bodies? Are they or is it like a mix of both? Is it?
It is mostly soldiers. However, some of them, as you're riding past, you see the like mottled gray, colorless figures. In addition, in armor. But it is all soldiers. There doesn't seem like there's any. There's a couple like wizards and things like that are not armored. Obviously,
Yeah.
it doesn't
But no
look like
civilians.
it does not look like civilians. Okay.
So the people, like Emmerich's people, are they wearing a specific? You said they have like the.
They have a
the
suit of
markings
armor
that-
with the crest of Ilmater.
It is
on
a suit of armor.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like an it's the same armor, but they have the emblem on it specifically
Okay.
to be
So
able to identify.
looking at the
each
crowd,
other.
you can't necessarily tell the fallen soldiers.
Yeah,
who's...
there's definitely some from both sides.
Okay.
It's not. This is not clean.
Okay.
Uh,
I wasn't sure if it was like
We
one side
win.
got like slaughtered and the other.
Yeah. No, this is not clean. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's there are definitely more bodies for the Fjordanian military
Mm-hmm.
than there were for Captain Emmerich's men, but there are definitely some of both, unfortunately. And you guys continue to rush towards the castle through the front doors, and you can see that the back doors to this throne room are closed, and there are a bunch of soldiers with the Ilmater crest, all carrying a large ram and slamming them into the doors.
Oh there! We got this. Stand aside.
And they just look back and they see Captain Emmerich, and they immediately like shuffle back.
Hey, time to shine.
I'll just like point at the door and slide to the door.
Oh yeah. We're getting in. This is a getting in kind of evening, Mr. Pigeon.
All right, I will toss the dynamite. Pull out my endless candle out of my sleeve too.
Yep.
We'll like throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You light the dynamite, throw it at the door, and the soldiers immediately start shuffling further back from the door, realizing that you've just lit.
I'm sure they won't know who bombed the city previously.
Yeah, they shuffle back further, and you all wait, and there's a rather eerie silence of even the horses are like, oh shit.
Dynamite,
It's
bro.
dynamite. And they really, it is an eerie silence as you wait for this fuse to tick down, and it explodes and sends fragments of this large, like floor-to-ceiling oak, like heavy wooden door just cascading inward towards the room, and you see flashes of metal fly back from the door as soldiers are blown away from the door.
Can I thaumaturgy clown horns?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so you guys ride into the throne room with the sound of thaumaturgy clown horns as you rush in,
I don't know.
Send in the clowns.
Yeah.
He's a war clown after all.
It's true.
Shay, as you are like entering the castle gates, having taken a rather direct route and climbing over and walls and things like that, you hear clown horns. You hear an explosion and then clown horns from the inside of the walls.
I know where my friends
This
are.
tracks. I'll think to myself, that guy's right, they are easy to follow.
It wasn't
We
that
leave
hard.
no trail. Bam!
At least you know you're in the right place.
Yeah, they'll never know it was us.
Yeah.
Serendipity.
And you ride in, and there are 4 soldiers that have the king at sword point on his throne. And as all of you ride in, they immediately drop their weapons and kneel.
Oh, that's good.
Seeing Captain Emmerich and a clown on a horse, and seeing this commotion that you just blew open a
Seeing
door.
a knight and a clown.
A clown astride a
Yeah,
horse.
they see
drop
Captain
their
Emmerich. They see
Thaumaturgy
Captain Emmerich.
win.
They see all of you, and then the sheer horror of that.
The sickles.
Yeah.
This is how you start a cult in the second campaign.
They
Just holding
immediately
another
drop
stick of
their,
dynamite and your
their
fingers on
weapons
fire.
and walk to the base of the throne and just like kneel,
In our direction or backwards facing the king?
facing you.
Facing us.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't really think I got any more rope on me.
What is the king doing?
Sitting.
He's chilling.
Like it's
He's chilling.
No, he was clearly like being held
He's
at
fine.
knife point. These are not his defenders.
Kick back,
They
smoking a
were
cigarette with a drink.
they were absolutely holding him at sword point in this room.
Yeah, I don't have rope anymore. I have a blanket and a cloak.
Captain Emmerich pulls out
Swaddle him.
Let me in, me king! My lord!
from a pouch on the side of his horse 4 sets of shackles and tosses.
Oh yeah,
them to
this
you.
is my favorite part.
Yes.
Mr. Pigeon, would you like to shackle a man?
I'll reach out and slowly grab the shackles.
Don't knock until you try it. I'll hop off the horse and go to the sets of men, and
Yep.
I'll shackle 3 and let Mr. Pigeon shackle 1. I'll shackle 1, let you shackle 1, and look at you. Gesture another set of shackles, like
Sure. Yeah, I'll grab him.
the
Do
shackle.
you do anything differently while you shackle?
No.
them? Okay.
Are
wasn't sure
we
if it was,
shackling the guards?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 4 guards that had the king at sword point.
Sure. I guess I'll give each one a balloon. After they're shackled.
tie it to the
Yeah.
just to the
As
center
he's
of the.
being shackled by you, he is like shaking as you're shackling him, and then you pull out a balloon. Is it shaped like anything, or just a regular?
Nah,
balloon?
just like a regular balloon.
Okay. Yeah, so you pull out one of your weird leather skin balloons that we've made into the world, and you just hand it to him, and he just holds it and kind of looks extremely confused at you, and just like doesn't know what this is, and is horrified that it's going to explode in his face.
Are the balloons filled with
Dynamite.
some? Yes. No, like some sort of helium.
Gunpowder.
Like are these? Do these float?
Yeah,
I breathe helium.
Yeah, it's canon.
he's got a tank in his sleeves.
That's why I can't ever talk. His voice will be so high.
He's Black Bolt. Damn it.
No, we killed him. Yeah, I mean, after we successfully shackled these 4 men, I mean,
Yeah, Captain Ermac is going to rush over to the king.
to the king, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I would shackle the 4 men and, look back over at everybody else as they're kind of arriving into the ye old throne room, and that's the king.
I'll fly over.
Oh, hi.
I got small again.
And as you say that, you pop back to your normal size.
Fall to the ground.
Yeah, and fall to the ground.
Okay.
That was the sound he made.
Like a balloon.
I got small again. Oh my god! Why?
Yeah, you fly away from your new large friend.
Yeah. Whose name we still don't know.
Whose name you still don't know.
I don't need it.
And get near Marcus and immediately back to normal size.
I imagine I was flying like at least several feet off the
Oh
ground.
yeah, you.
So you just see Danny like.
Yep.
Hey,
Look,
this is the king.
I see. Look like we missed all the fun.
Unfortunately, I mean, we took out the definitely more dangerous person as opposed to the regular soldiers and stuff.
I don't know. A lot of mages out there.
True. I mean, there's gonna be mages in the future for you, buddy.
Maybe. I hope so.
Same.
Ren,
Everyone say hi
you
to the
come-
king.
You come strolling in.
I will give the
Glare,
king-
silence.
I will give the king a balloon.
Quiet wave, gifts balloon.
Yeah, he's like, just like, kind of looking at Captain Emmerich and looking at all of you and looks like very weary. Not like injured weary, just like drained from this experience and the experience that he's clearly been under.
Yep.
Yeah, and you walk up to him and hand
Can I
him
make him a sword balloon?
You sure can.
I'll hand him a sword balloon.
He's
got a weapon.
Can we do
With a
a
little poke with
can we
it
do a
first.
performance check? Because I'm curious as to how realistic.
Ooh, performance?
Yeah.
How's a 18?
That's pretty damn real.
stab him
Other
with
than
The king is dead.
yeah, you walk up with this not sword colored but very realistic looking balloon sword, and you like poke him and then hand him the sword, and he just like knights you with it because
I'll
he's
kneel for a knighting.
Sir Pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. He just and then like turns and holds it back to you.
I'll like push it back like you keep it, but then I will give a flourish and a bow as I am now a knight.
Yeah, and he's just gonna like put that
Sir
in his
Pigeon.
side,
Flap
in
my
his
costume.
sheath on his hip.
He sheathes the
We killed him.
balloon sword.
Yes, thank God you are alive. I'm very sorry for what I had to do, but it was the only way to keep you alive.
Oh yes, prison was hell. Thank you.
It was either that or be hung.
Oh yes, absolutely. I preferred the beatings to the hangings.
I am. None of this was anything that I commanded. I did not wish for any of this.
I should certainly hope not. Wouldn't be very kingly of you.
It would not. Certainly not.
No.
Are you the one who arrested Marcus?
Not arrested, sentenced, yes.
Yeah. This is the king.
I will stand between Marcus and the king.
Hey, thanks.
Understandable. I humbly apologize for what all of you have gone through, particularly you, Marcus, and your father.
My father would have loved to have heard those words in life. But thank you.
I'm very sorry to hear of his passing.
Yes. Thank you. Well, you at least have one good night here, and I'll pat Captain Emmerich on the back.
Yes, he's a very good man. As are you. Your father did not deserve what happened to him.
I know. I don't need to hear it from you, sir. I have known my entire waking life. He did not deserve it.
Of course you do. But still, you deserve to hear it from his kingdom.
Thank you.
And they shall know.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, it is not only in Fjordan that his name is eternally stained, but I appreciate knowing at least Fjordan will recognize the man that he was.
Yes. Immediately. He is gone then? Dead?
Yes. Butchered and burned.
And he just like, his shoulders sink as if a weight has been released from them. I have been... It has been a very long time since I have been able to be a king to my people.
Oh, Forgive me for saying so, sir, but you should have never let it go in the first place.
I understand.
It is the duty of a king to be willing to die for the kingdom.
I feared what might have happened if I had allowed that to happen. But you're right, a king should have died for his kingdom.
Yes. I also do not think kings should make decisions out of fear. But I'm not a king.
Yes.
Did you know what he was?
Not entirely, no. I knew what he was capable of.
Pulling
Not-
the strings?
Yes. A fairly large portion of my military, my higher-ups, was infiltrated, as I'm sure you can see.
I would turn and leave.
Okay.
Still blocking, backing up as Marcus leaves.
Where did your advisor go?
I don't know. I haven't seen him
In how long?
a few days.
All right. How did you end up with this problem?
Well, when you are surrounded by people that threaten to kill you and take your kingdom, it's hard to not simply do as they ask.
I understand the tactic. I mean, how did he get in the first place?
He was elected. To his position. Grew from there. I've heard rumors of someone called the Kingmaker.
Do I recognize that name aside from the fact that he mentioned that name just before he died?
Mm-mm.
It's not a...
No, you would know. You would have heard that, yes.
I've heard it.
Yes.
Would I know who or a rumor of who?
You wouldn't know the name of who it was. You would know that it's a title given to the leader of this group that essentially people can pay to be given positions of authority.
Sure.
By whatever means necessary, including, obviously, what you yourself are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's dangerous business.
Yes.
Count yourself blessed you didn't find yourself unmade.
I believe my cooperation is the only reason that I was not, but I'm sure that time was coming.
The night is still young. Well, I would leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna awkwardly look around and be like, walk up to the king, lean in.
Decisions made in fear only cause pain. If you're going to be their leader, have the backbone. It's a tough job. On the mountain, you need to be built of it. You sit on your throne, you defend it.
And he, doesn't really look you in the eye.
Oh yeah, because I'd totally be
Yeah.
like kind of talking down to him a little bit.
Probably a lot, just stature-wise.
Mhm.
What does he look like?
He is about 6 foot tall. Has a kind of salt and peppery brown beard and mustache and up the sides. He has, kingly attire on, along with a suit of armor and a crown.
Kind of standard king.
Standard king.
Ye old kingly.
Yeah.
King classic.
Yep.
King Zero.
He kind of looks like the Burger King, doesn't he?
Oh no.
A little bit. Not quite as terrifying.
My father was banished by the Burger King, a noble Chad, cast from the lands of Burger King.
It's about then that we realized that his head was 3 times the size of Shiggy. It's made out of plastic. It doesn't move when he talks.
Daniela's still backing out the door.
So it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
A clown and a cat in the throne room.
I'll like begin to say something and count yourself lucky to have a man like him at your side. And I'll gesture to Captain Emmerich. He's ferocious.
Yes.
I'll turn around and pat him on the shoulder and walk away. Fully expecting Captain Emmerich to be like, the fuck is this guy?
Smash window, smash wizard,
Yeah.
smash kingdom.
Smash.
Smash the king.
Turn around.
I'll
Mr.
approach and lean in. And then when he leans in, I'll just give him a pat. Turn around and walk on out.
Do it. Okay. Yeah, everybody walks back out of the throne room into the main area. Captain Emmerich follows.
Oh, I would be going out into ye old castle grounds.
Sure.
I would be going to the area, obviously, of the most severe interactions of the battlefield and anointing and blessing the fallen Ilmater soldiers and pull out my shovel and start digging some graves.
Sure.
A lot of men died for this.
Yeah. Benjamin is gonna walk up and grab a shovel from nearby and start helping you.
Yeah, no, I would do so quite silently and solemnly.
And just come walking up, rolling a very long, basically cigar
Yeah.
in my hand. You're doing it the hard way. Where I come from, big fire. Then they go, they meet the gods.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it in through my mask, like a little hole in bandana, pop it in my mouth and light it. We build the pyre. Too many graves.
No such thing as too many. In Fjordan, they go back down to Shantia to bless her earth.
Blessed earth. These old gods of yours. Mine are older, stronger. They'd want to go. But if it's tradition, knock yourself out, kid.
Yes. Shovel away.
Same with Benjamin. Captain Emmerich walks up beside you and starts shoveling as well.
I'll find a shovel. Are there shovels about? I don't know. If I can find a shovel, I'll help dig. I don't know if there's.
Castle grounds.
Battlefield shovels.
Bam!
I'm out of spells, so I can't do anything.
Oh yeah, no, same.
Not that I have like a digging spell anyway, but.
Cast dig at third level.
That makes Oshwamp way easier.
Unless.
Start walking around the battlefield and surveying the bodies. Axe in one hand. If I see anybody that's on the other side that looks like they're still going, bop!
As we're doing this, I would ask Captain Emmerich for a list of the names of the men that we're burying.
Sure.
Effectively because I want to be able to go personally to the homes of these people and give my condolences for their honor and servitude.
Sure. Yeah, he would look at the faces of the men and
Yeah, I would also ask
Yeah.
him to like tell me about them as we're doing this.
Sure.
Predominantly just to give myself in the aftermath of all of this effectively some white noise.
Yep.
To turn off the brewing rage within my soul and brain.
Yep. Yeah, he would go through stories about each of the men, more personal, not war stories.
Yes.
Because he would understand.
Yep. That these were men.
Yes.
And they deserve that.
Yeah. Men, not soldiers.
Yep.
I think Dandelion actually, rather than help dig, would probably pull out her flute and play like a sad, like,
The Burger King theme
Yeah.
song, right?
Is there?
Is there?
Is there?
No.
What?
There's gotta be a jingle or
And
something.
we've got McDonald's.
Right?
We need to save Wendy.
Yeah, like a
solemn,
maybe like a traditional Fae song.
sure.
I was gonna say the first one is really funeral-esque. I don't think any of them really are predominantly like a flute.
Yeah, this is at least it's the right playlist.
Yeah.
Morning.
Yes. You're doing all of this on your own. It's incredible,
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
insane.
right?
I mean,
Like one level in bar, and all of a sudden, the most Bob Dylan we've ever heard a person be.
I mean,
Absolute
to
concerto.
be fair, it is the flute of illusions.
It's the
so-
flute of Bob Dylan.
The flute of delusions.
Ooh.
Stop billing.
Instrument of illusions.
But while Dandelion does this and Captain Emmerich tells you these stories of these men, Benjamin just helps you to shovel, and he doesn't really say a whole lot. He just kind of like, not stern-faced, but just very like flat.
Yeah.
Just
understand.
kind of solemnly helps you bury all of these
Yes,
men.
I think for a man that has been fake being a soldier for some time, being a soldier would be a harrowing awakening for him.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's a fake soldier?
Pretty much.
Kind of.
Valid. Yeah, I would literally, assuming that in my eyes there's like hundreds of dead people, like the castle grounds would be a pretty large area for a kingdom the size of this. Like, if I have to dig till dawn, I dig till dawn.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's not hundreds,
Sure.
because they were essentially able to like get in here and
Yeah.
force them to surrender. But there's probably 100 or
Yeah.
somewhere in that range. There's a lot of people
Yep.
that died for this.
Yep.
Yeah, and you dig into the wee hours of the morning until all of the men are buried in these castle walls. And Captain Emmerich just leans on his shovel. I'm sorry, Marcus.
What for?
You're right. He is weak.
Yes. Unfitting of his station.
This did need to be done, but still.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, if all the graves are done, I would doff my armor, place it on my horseback, and then there are woods slightly on the north edge outside of the castle, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to be blunt, like, I got a lot of fucking, pseudo, like, headstones to make for fixtures for these men.
Yeah.
And I'm a woodsman. Like,
Yep.
I still have a woodcutter's axe. I am absolutely going to quietly nod and tell him that I don't think that this is done. And I would ride my horse outside of the castle gates and then the city gates and look to go towards the wood for some solitude.
Yeah, he would have asked if you wanted to do this alone, and I'm assuming that you do.
Yep.
Can I have everybody else leave except for Marcus, please? You make your way out of the castle gates to this forest. At the side, you can see that there is logging like equipment that people would use for cutting
There'd
down
be
these
like
trees.
probably a small woodcutter's like facility right there.
Yeah, there's no one here at this hour.
Yeah, it's probably like 4 in
It's
the morning.
very early. But the equipment is here nonetheless, not that you need it.
Yeah.
And you make your way through, you know, a couple layers of trees to get a little bit of distance from the city and kind of immerse yourself in this forest that you are more comfortable in. And you begin to...
Yes, I would be specifically looking for younger trees that would not obviously be full length like height oaks because
Sure.
I'm not going to take my time
Yeah.
splitting the wood subsequently.
Sure.
Like obviously I'm not looking for small twigs.
Yeah.
I am looking for suitable enough young trees that I would be able to fell like pretty quickly because I know I'm going to need to fell probably like 10 to 15. So like even this is going to take me like a couple of hours.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. And just as I do it, finding absolutely a sense of peace and oneness with the solidarity of being alone in the woods again, and just the dull thudding as axe head meets bark, and then the soft, gentle crashing as, you know, I affix ropes to ensure that falls in direction that I am attempting to do so to not damage or disturb any other trees or the log itself. Just after a few of them, in a feverish sense of exhaustion, as I pause momentarily to like take a break and place my hands on the hilt of the long axe, just looking at the pile of logs and knowing that each one of them represents the brave and courageous decision that a man made in regards to a sacrifice for a kingdom led by a king that sacrificed nothing for his people. And the notion that I am distraught that I feel like these people will not be left in good enough hands to actually care for them for the future. Almost for the first time dubious of this path. Not because of the integrity of the path, but because of the failures of the people that sit beside it that I am supposed to leave in positions of power and to place my trust in them. And I would go back to felling logs and stacking them, and obviously they would be very difficult for me to transport on horseback alone. But I would ensure that I split the wood into suitable thirds into large enough bundles that on the back of a war horse I'd be able to do in thin, longer, half-rounded strips. And as I string everything up to the back of the horse, and I'm imagining into the early morning hours of dawn and the sun is rising, I would look up at that early sunrise and I would just silently, softly
cry, not weep, but just a steady stream of tears at a sunrise, in a sense of gratitude for having made it after everything, and a sense of gratitude for the complex nature of the people around me who have chosen to do this with me, and a sense of bitterness at the words, "I'm sorry," because I have heard those words so fucking often, and I am tired of hollow apologies that feel, while well-intentioned, unsatisfactory at the injustice not only to my family, but to all of these people, both in the ground and still within the walls of the city. And I would hop back up on my horse, and I would look at the soft sunrise, resolute in the notion of, I will not leave Greymore until those people are in the hands of a suitable king. And I would ride back, and I would affix small, singular wooden posts above each grave that we dug, and I would use the names given to me by Captain Emmerich and carve the names of each of those individuals, ensuring that their names face the castle, tall enough that they can be seen from the windows of the castle. And then I think after that I would finally permit myself an opportunity to return to our little tavern to try to rest. I'm gonna grab water after they all come in case anybody wants to do anything.
Okay.
Ugh.
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, thank you though.
Grazie.
You guys, I'm assuming, would have made your way back to the inn or to the tavern to go to sleep. Would anybody do anything else in that time frame?
I don't know if I would have headed back to the inn. I'd have probably sat on some kind of garbage, trash, miscellaneous stuff that's laying down, because I imagine there's debris from the battle.
Yeah.
I think Dandelion would have stayed and continued to play until Marcus returned.
Okay.
Just like a similar sad tune. Kind of like this, but on a flute.
Yeah. Sure. The three of you?
If it was clear that like he was gonna be doing something for a bit,
Yeah.
and other people look like we're heading back, I would.
Okay.
Once we got back, I'd want to check out the hourglass with the flower.
Sure. Yeah, you can see that this hourglass that has this flower in it, instead of sand in it like a sand timer, it's ashes. And you can see that the flower is not glowing with that same like radiant blue that it was when he had it in his possession, but has returned to how these flowers looked traditionally with the slight shimmer. And it looks like the other flowers that you have seen. This sand timer is like a very large golden banded sand timer made of glass with just runes carved into the bands of the sand timer and spots for where this cord was held before it was cut.
I want to smash it.
Sure. Yeah, you hold it over your head and smash it onto the ground. Are you outside or inside?
Inside.
Okay. Yeah, in the basement, you smash it into the stone floor of the inn. In your room or in Like the main
Probably in
area.
the room.
Okay. Yeah. So Mr. Pigeon is, asleep, and then you hear a loud smashing as Twig slams this into the ground and shatters it.
So take a squint. Is there anything?
Nope. Just Twig standing there holding broken glass and this flower.
Normal.
Yeah, I think I roll over.
Yeah,
Nothing
just
happened.
pick up the flower. Just put it with the other ones that I have.
Yep. Hey, you add it to your collection of flowers you need to cleanse. And then you head to sleep.
Yep, that's it.
Ren.
I would have returned with them. I'm probably just sitting outside of the rooms with, like, my feet kicked up on a table,
Sure.
having a drink, waiting.
For
Can't
people.
sleep.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'd have probably hung out at the battlefield for a while, and after, finishing the job, if anybody else was still alive.
Yeah.
Like I said, kick my feet up on some debris and just watch Marcus working. Watch Dandelion playing for a while. When the sun starts rising and Marcus heads off to the trees and whatnot, I would probably, she said she's still playing, and walk up to Captain Emmerich. Does he need someone? Boyle can handle himself in a fight, but does he need hand?
No, I think he wants to be alone right now.
All right.
Thank you, though. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name before, friend.
Friend. Friend. Why not friend? No, it's a joke.
Sure.
I have, what do you call it? Tombstone humor? Graveyard? Dead man's humor.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. My name is, Engir.
Captain Emmerich. Very nice to meet you.
Yes. Marcus said you're fake?
Sorry?
You look like a real man to me.
Yes, I'm real.
Good for you. Still alive.
Yes.
If I'm not needed here, awfully parched.
Yes, there are several taverns.
Oh, I know.
Right. Sure.
If you need me, you will find me. Dandelion. I'm going to find purchase in a room where you were staying.
You know how to get where we were staying?
I've followed you for months. I know exactly where you are.
Okay. I'm gonna stay here and wait for Marcus.
If you need anything, you know how to find us. And, good job today. You're much braver in person.
I think I've always been pretty brave.
Well,
This is...
I hear stories saying you're a good person.
From who?
Oh, what was the name? Sheila? She said you guys are
That's-
unorthodox. I don't know what this means. I think it means good. She said good. Means
I
the
don't know
same
what
thing.
it means either.
It remain a mystery.
We speak a different language where I'm from.
Me too. And I'll go. And then say something in giant. Eh?
Respond in Sylvan.
Respond in dwarfish. Eh?
You know Celestial?
What the fuck was that?
Elvish?
Huh. Okay.
You fight brave today, though. Like I said, you need me, you know where to find me. I go get big drinks.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off towards the tavern as the sun's coming up.
Sure. Can the four of you send Marcus in since Dandelion is waiting for Marcus?
I'll send Shimmer up to just
Circle.
regularly like do a scout of the area, occasionally pop into his vision. And just continue to play in this area.
Yeah. You just wait.
Mm-hmm. What season is it?
Fall.
So then I guess
With 2 L's.
little like with the instrument of illusions, I can make little illusions happen. So maybe I guess maybe just like flower petals
Sure.
falling around in the area while
Sure.
I play.
Yeah, you return and Dandelion is still here playing.
In
you
the
see- in
castle
court-
grounds?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And you see these like ethereal flower petals falling everywhere as she plays.
Yeah.
She
don't know how big
she watches you put all of these grave markers
Yep.
in.
Yeah, no, I would be very silent as I do so. Like, I mean, obviously, I would acknowledge your presence. Like, I would nod in your direction, but like, I'm at this point like 7 hours deep into like hard labor. Like, I am once again like shirtless with just the like horsehair pantaloons and like my boots and stuff, carrying like what would look like as indicated before, like 100 strips of felled wood, thinned out into like quarters and then eighths, and like slowly take all of them, hammer them into the ground, and then take small, thinner, like bark-like sections, twine them around at an inner post, forming a T, and be able to take my smaller chisels and just carve their names into each of them. And like I had told Dawn, all of them would face the castle. Yeah, no, once I'm all done, obviously, terribly sweaty and exhausted, I would just head back over to the horse, and I think as I'm getting ready to get on it, like hand on saddle, I would look over. It's time to rest.
I'll finish my song. The petals stop falling. And I was probably pretty tired as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
like legitimately 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning. Like,
Yeah, you're
felling
very tired.
trees is not a swift
Yeah.
process.
Stumble over to Marcus's horse and
Yeah, I'd help you up first. I'll hop on behind. And then, trot on back towards the tavern.
probably doze off on the back of the horse.
Yeah. As I feel, like, genuinely, obviously, like, go limp and see, like, like, hold around height of chest to make sure not fall off.
Yeah.
But I would quietly kind of whisper down, "Is Oberon a good king?" I feel like I have seen only people fail. And people deserve better.
It's a bit different there. There's magic everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Like a different world.
Oberon and Titania are the king and queen. Because they're the most powerful.
Hmm.
Everyone listens to them. But it's not like this.
Hmm.
I was pretty small there,
Yeah.
so I don't know much. But it's not like this. I've never seen anything like this.
No. And I'm sorry you did. This is not the kind of world I wish I would have been able to help you walk through. And it only makes me feel more expeditious in wanting to get you home. And you deserve that peaceful, serene, tranquil home. Not like this.
This was bad. But there have been good things here too.
Yeah.
We met a lot of very nice people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most people where I'm from that I've met, not a lot of people, but they're not cruel, but they're not nice. There's a lot of nice people here.
Maybe that'll be a good lesson for you to be able to take back to the Feywild. And something you can teach them. How to be nice. It's gonna feel very good to sleep. But I can't help but feeling it is undeserved rest.
Why would it be undeserved?
There's still more to be done.
You can't do much when you're tired.
No. No, I can't.
I once dropped a whole tray of hot tea because I was too tired to carry it. Sometimes it's better to sleep
Yeah.
and then carry tea when you wake up.
Yeah. Thanks for staying up.
You did a lot of work. I couldn't help much, but I could play.
You know, it just makes me wonder if my mother and father would have liked to have had music as I buried them. Maybe someday I'll ask you to teach me how to play something.
I could do that. It's
Thank
not very hard.
Yeah. I think that sounds like a good plan. Yeah. Hitch the horse at a post in front of the tavern and help Dandelion down and hop off behind her and throw all my stuff over my shoulder and make sure we stumble inside safely and head into a room, put everything back on post and floor and tuck Dandelion in.
asleep immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's like morning at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. I'd walk over to the little window for whatever our bedroom has and look back in the direction of the castle, in the direction of the keep. And just for a moment and contemplate. And I would think back to the stories my father told me of all the heroic and chivalrous things that he and so many other men did to risk life and limb for these people. And to see a king succumb and then to cowardly excuse it. And that doesn't feel like the behavior of a king. I have never heard of a queen of Fjordan for this king, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I would sit at the edge of the bed and take off my boots and throw them against the wall quietly and then lay down and think to myself who I believe would be suitable to hold such a position of power, to sit on the throne next to Emmerich. And then I would drift away to sleep.
As you start to lose consciousness, you, whether it be delirium or something more,
Yeah.
as you kind of like open and close your eyes, you see in the corner of the room for a moment two figures standing underneath a very large tree, your tree,
Yeah.
that is not yet bloomed, but
Sure.
it's less burnt.
Yeah, petals starting to regrow.
Yeah, you see petals and buds starting to poke through the charred outer exterior of the tree. And you see these, faint, shimmery, almost ethereal figures standing underneath the tree. The taller one is armed, wrapped over the shoulder of the other one. And you swear for a second you feel the sun, like the sunrise, despite the sun already being up at this point and not remotely coming through your window. And you, still knowing that there is work to be done.
Yeah. Step in the right direction, at least.
Yeah. And Dandelion, as you're falling asleep, presumably while Marcus was tucking you in, because that did happen fairly instantaneously, you don't feel anything ever again. You hear the faint sound of what sounds like a rocking chair as you start to drift off to sleep. Just creaking. And then you pass out.
Do I know if that is not a familiar sound?
I mean, you've heard chairs and things like that before, but this just strikes you as like... You wake up in the middle of the day, and this sound strikes you as vaguely familiar before you fall back into a sleep.
It's so cold in here.
Feels great. Well, I mean, we would end up waking up in the mid fucking day, but I have no idea when you all went to bed if you would do anything in the morning. Because, like, I effectively stroll in at dawn. But, no idea if you guys have anything you want to do before,
Nothing. I don't have anything pressing.
Okay.
We're gonna mess up our in-game sleep schedule.
Yeah, right?
Uh-oh.
No, I'd have gotten back to the inn and saw Shay sitting outside. Well, Ren sitting outside. Room for one more.
Be my guest.
All right. Look at the lady. One big drink. Big. Big. Big drink. I'll sit down. My big drink. You okay?
I'll be all right.
You look a little pale.
What was your name?
I am Engeter.
Ren.
Ren. Also Shay.
In a way, yes.
It's pretty interesting. You always were one of the harder ones to find. You and the cat would go missing often. Hard to find. Hard to track. I like it.
Glad to see all the training paid off.
You should share some of that knowledge with Dandelion. She thinks she's sneaky.
In her own way.
You fought bravely today.
That's what I was trained to do. You said you were trained to be a killer?
Since the day I was born.
Your own people, then?
I did not kill them. But my clan is no more. You keep a secret?
Like you wouldn't believe.
See, I like this one. There's no one in the room. I like this one.
Before we went to bed.
Yeah. Remember I say kill hags?
Yes.
I'm looking for one. Very specific one. You see her only once. Standing over the corpses of everyone in my clan.
Is that why you're here?
Partially. I hear stories of the great Marcus. I hear stories of the great son. And their alignment suits mine own. I think they fight for righteous cause. After being picked up some time back, turned into a very strong killing machine that I am. Only honing my skill, outfitting me with beautiful armor, wonderful weapons. I learned that they only tell me Small truth. He's magician. He's bad. Magician part truth. Then I find good, bad. It's just something people say. I kill people like trained dog. They point, I bite.
Who did the pointing?
God damn, I forgot their names again. Which kingdom was it again?
Harper.
Arbor. The Arbors.
The leadership. Anyone in particular?
Many soldiers come and go. They scoff at the dog at the end of the chain. All too scared to get in the pit with me, though.
And they just let you leave.
No, I ran. Took a few on my way out. Quietly, though.
Not
People
for
don't tend to
nothing.
look for bodies thrown in a tree.
Sure.
They look at the ground, they never look up. You want to hide somebody up?
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
You don't exactly look like you're hiding, though.
They want to find me. Let them. Little hard to hide when you look like I do.
At least the height, yes.
I was pointing to the, I have little gnarled branch thorn thingies coming out of the side of my head. Little hard.
Distinct.
I think I look pretty good. Might need the shape up though. Starting to grow in again.
Will you be traveling with...
I think I'll stick around for a while, yeah? You all can handle yourselves pretty good, but I've seen some of the scraps you've been getting into, making a lot of enemies.
It's one way to look at it. Finding a lot of enemies, perhaps.
I'm not the only one watching. I'm gonna grab my beer and chug it and slam it down on the table. If I could find you, knowing nothing more than a name, anyone who knows more, they know a lot.
Yes, well... I think the time for hiding is done.
I agree.
And the time for bed is now.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Stand up and head off to bed. And I'd turn as I get to my door and I'd point to Rin's old room. I think they got most of the mess cleaned up.
Oh, is this the goo room?
It was, yes.
New guy gets the goo room.
Alright, good night. Can I get a goo check on that room?
Yeah, Mom.
Got a black light?
Is your Twitch
Ooh.
chat working? Is your Twitch chat
They cleaned it, right?
I don't think so.
It is. There's just nobody talking.
Okay, I wasn't sure because yesterday mine just stopped working, so I wasn't sure.
68.
68?
Yeah.
Almost nice. Is it 68%
close.
soiled
I
or
did finally get
68% clean?
I did finally get it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Very well done.
it took a while.
What?
I got
Oh,
it.
69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys wake up the next afternoon. That's exactly right. Yeah, you guys all awaken the next afternoon. There is food in the common area of where you guys had been staying, kind of awaiting, knowing that you would be up later in the day.
Yeah. Make some delicious sandwiches.
Yeah, I was gonna
Get
say
some
it is
cold
sandwich
cuts,
stuff.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
yeah, it's big, thick slabs of ham and chicken and stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Dan and I will wake up, look around the room. I'm assuming there's no rocking chair in this room.
No rocking chair.
But it's still a sound of rocking.
It's scary. There's actually an old woman rocking in the corner.
Oh God, I need to go.
No rocking chair though.
It's the hag.
No, it's Rin in a witch hat.
It's the hag with the log hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
rocking chair. She's just playing guitar in the corner.
Dandelion would. I'd say pop out of bed, but that's probably a bit too energetic for how late they were up. Roll begrudgingly out of bed.
Start slathering together big sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Do we eat fish between bread or no bread?
No bread.
No bread?
No bread.
Preference on kind of fish?
Nope.
Alright.
You actually see that there is a bucket with several live fish in it specifically.
Are they like little guys?
No, they're like big.
How big is the bucket?
Big.
It's like a barrel.
It's like a
Like-
tub.
barrel of
It's
fish.
like
Big
a
enough to fit my body in?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna get in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you and a couple of salmon.
There you go.
Is there water in it, or is it just?
Yeah, I mean they're alive.
They're just flopping around.
I wasn't sure if it was like a big barrel.
It's like the jets of a hot tub. Like, this is the weirdest massage I've ever received, but I like it. I'm gonna eat these afterwards.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
you dive in there.
Dive in like a duck and catch them with
Yep.
my mouth.
Mike, I imagine that's the exact pose that.
Yeah, just sit over coffee.
How is this what it's come to? What a day. Right? Been awake for 10 minutes and my keeper's already in a barrel of fish.
I would take the chest that I salvaged from that swamp house forever ago, and I would stow all of Shay's personal effects in the chest.
Yeah.
And just kind of shove it into the corner of the room.
Sure.
And then I would jot something down on a slip of paper and fold it over and come out of the room and find the pigeon and slide him a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Secret like.
I mean,
Would I get the feeling I shouldn't just be like,
Yeah. What is
you get
this?
that.
yeah, just making sure.
The morning scroll!
Let me read it aloud!
I have a note.
Yeah, all right. I would try to, secretly slide it on into my sleeve to read in a little while.
Full-blown Blue's Clues.
Yep.
Say, I want the, like, big fucking, the mayo, like, flat fucking knives that they've got at, like, big Subways. Like, places like that. Just slather in fresh mayo and ham and everything.
We need a knife like that.
Right?
Why don't we have one of those? I don't know. We need a set of knives.
For the amount of sandwiches that I make, we really
Exactly.
We're using butter knives for too many
Right?
need a big
things.
slather knife.
Big guy. What kind of roll you want? Long, short, round, square, triangle, rhombus.
Oh, bread.
Yeah,
Ah.
sandwiches. Morning after sandwiches.
Whatever.
All right, I'm gonna put two
Big.
rolls together.
Big appetite.
Big sandwich. There you go. What do you want in it?
Meat.
You got it. I'm gonna piece together turkey, ham, and cheese with some delicious mayo, and I'm gonna assume this guy does not really care about the inclusion of vegetables in said sandwich. So just meat, mayo, and cheese. Thanks for all your help yesterday. You hit that guy with a club.
X. You don't want me to hit with the club.
No. Oh, no, that's your club. Bang.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull my great club out. No.
Oh, you have two clubs now.
Common is very confusing
I'm
language.
so sorry, I forgot. That's called a club. The sandwich.
That's a club?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I thought that was a club.
They're both clubs.
So many words for the same thing.
One has a large C and the other has a small C.
I'm going to eat this big C then.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought that was a sandwich.
So
Yeah,
that's what
club
happens after you get out of that room.
Right? It's a club sandwich.
The bed needs to be burned.
I have committed great sins in there all last evening.
Really popped off in that room last night.
For some reason, I did not become ghoul like young master did.
I am here but not here.
Right? Is there a spider in there?
It's a centipede.
Centipede tree.
It's
Yeah,
really
right.
tiny,
Yep.
and it's going outside now.
Centitree.
Goodbye.
Are these good? Should I keep this in the house? Just not near us?
They are good.
I'll put it over here.
Okay.
I'll keep it here for you.
They're helpful to eat other
Mr.
bugs,
Pigeon,
but I do
sandwich
hate them.
preference. Like his? Lots of meat. Vegetables? You got it. Same thing. Turkey and cheese, delicious club. A little bit of ham, some mayo.
Sounds
long
good.
roll. Right in the
Yep, yeah, same thing. Take leftovers.
Oh, the mayonnaise is gonna get on everything.
That's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. They're refrigerated.
We're gonna pull out the dynamite. It's gonna be slathered in mayo.
Slippery.
Ren,
Yes.
sandwich preference.
The same will work.
Any vegetables? Lettuce, tomato, onion.
Dealer's choice.
Ooh, good lord. Well, from what I remember of Shay, he always got the usual. I'm assuming Ren also wants the usual. I will do a nice clean BLT actually. On a Kaiser roll. Nice. Chunky.
This does have the feel of the usual.
I'm glad. That was the most stressful thing I've done this morning.
That's how every innkeeper.
Right? I know.
How do you think I feel?
I know. That's why I took the burden from you this time, buddy. You're welcome. It's practically a new character. How are you going to know
We're
what
not
they
done,
want?
though. You and I.
Right? I'll get you
I know.
yet.
You thought Ren would have a preference.
Right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, I make myself a sandwich and pass around some tea and stuff and, you know, take a couple bites quietly and I don't know how to thank you all enough for what you did. It was not an easy feat, and I know it clearly had personal connections for our good friend, but it was a very dangerous endeavor, and thank you all for risking your lives.
Did you have further purpose in the city?
I didn't want to. But hearing the words of the king has left me doubtful of his stature or capacity for rulership. I don't think he is genuinely fit to lead these people. Especially in the aftermath of what has happened. There are simply going to be new people that will obviously have to enter into the positions that Jandar and his associates are now vacating. And it doesn't seem as though he is capable of making wise selections in that regard.
And how are you proposing you would get involved?
Well, Captain Emmerich seems like a much better suited individual as someone who has the best interests of the people at heart.
That sounds true.
I would ask Captain Emmerich to have a convening of whatever council members who are remaining inside of the kingdom that obviously were not cohorts of Jandar, into the discussion for the king to engage in the peaceful transfer of his rulership to Emmerich, and with the selection of new individuals to be placed on a council that will do a better job for Greymore and all of Fjordan.
So another day or so?
Ideally, yes. I know we are in hot pursuits of the Black Flower family.
And I do want to repay the debt that you all have put me into for your assistance in this matter, and follow you all into Arbor or wherever it might lead us. But I do not want to see the people of Fjordain suffer.
Jandar seemed to believe that Arbor was the place to go. Mentioned something about the Kingmaker.
Who is this?
I do not know.
This first Jandar says this, then the king. Is this a person? Or is it like a machine that you wind up and they come out the other side? Music box style.
I have no idea.
I like that one.
Is it a children's game?
Person. Most likely. A tool that someone points in a direction when they need something accomplished.
Like a horse.
Hmm.
King horse.
King horse.
We need to find the,
The
horse
horse
king.
We need to find the horse king. The horse could be king.
Is this like
Yes.
trained secret killer?
King of horses.
I don't know their specifics, but most likely.
Something like a what do you call it? There's word for this,
A
and I
hand?
think it sounds like trained killer, you know.
An assassin.
That's it, Batman, yes. Like I said, many words that mean different things, but same
Dear
word.
God, Marcus is an assassin. Oh no! What a terrible revelation as a noble Chad.
It's the first thing in the morning.
It's gonna be a long day. I have things to accomplish.
Where is this King Batman? Where can we find him?
Right, I'm gonna need the key to that room.
Arbor.
That's to the south, right?
Yes.
If we find
You're
anything, any
I am from a
information I
small
can try
town
tracking.
actually,
Oh.
to the east. Once it was of dispute over by both Fjordain and Arbor for sovereignty,
Gotcha.
and we maintained our own.
Not
Whatever.
sure where Jandar posted up after we disposed of his offices.
Ah, the boom.
Yes.
Twice.
Yes. But if we knew where he had been staying the last evening or so,
We're paladin.
perhaps there might be
I can only smite
a trail.
sometimes.
Good place to look for paper trail. People tend to leave things when they're in a hurry.
Do people leave trails of paper?
You hadn't noticed?
No,
well,
I
we
haven't.
leave them up graves, so I guess kind of like paper.
Well, they said a paper trail. But I haven't seen any pathways or.
Perhaps they're hiding them in secret compartments.
You gotta keep looking.
Secret papers.
Have I checked this room? I've checked this room already for secret compartments.
Yes. Check the sandwich.
A gesture.
It has cheese on it.
I hollowed out a little bit of the bread at the end.
Gonna gesture at
Cool.
whoever's tending the bar.
One pepper just to make Dandelion angry.
It's a tubber, actually.
Right? One tubber.
Gonna gesture for another big beer. And pull out my little satchel and start rolling another cigar. Maybe secret paper. Maybe blood. Who knows? That's the exciting part. You track, you find things.
Mysteries.
Yes.
Secrets.
What sort of herb are you rolling over there?
It would probably smell something this sort of like not tobacco, but not herb.
Is it halfling weed?
It's not halfway. I would say honestly,
Giant Kush, dude.
it would smell like Earl Grey.
Sure.
Ooh, tea.
Do that often?
Only every day. Pop it in a hole in my mask and fumble around for a light. Keeps me focused.
Fair enough.
You've never been the Kingmaker?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. I was curious if it was a title that more than one person could share.
I imagine that's likely.
Yeah.
Probably not simultaneously.
Fair.
Would depend on who it is.
Yeah. Any of the black flowers like you? Chamberlain?
No.
No?
No. They did acquire others like myself. Trained for
Yeah.
specific sorts of work.
Sure.
Jandar did most of that training. They didn't all make it.
No. Where did he train you?
At their family home,
Far from here.
across the Mistlands, yes.
Near the home of Mr. Pigeon?
Done. Do I know how close the area that Mr. Pigeon would have at its most direct?
Yeah, like that family home for where he got trained, wherever he got trained.
In relation to each other in proximity.
Because all we've been told is across the Mistlands for both of them.
The Mistlands are a mystery.
I mean, yeah, like kind of where it's like it feels like it would be, you know, the flip side of a coin. So in relation for us, it's like duplicate the map and flip it on the other half.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess.
So you would.
Because we know like north-ish and then northwest
Yeah.
for ice
Yeah,
cream dwarves.
I guess I would describe more clearly directionally, and then the name. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I can hunt my notes.
Yeah,
if,
that's
if
fine.
that's easier for you to do, though. I'm not sure how simple that is on your.
Because like I
end.
feel like when we talked about it, you I think said we're like either central or like south.
I was gonna say, I think it
central-ish?
was like southish of the Mistlands or
Okay.
something.
Yeah, because it's like they split in like half, and you were like kind of southish from the midpoint.
As I say, I would assume it would be like vaguely in the same area. Like I from the north assume like
Mm-hmm.
Alabama and Tennessee are near each other.
Yep. Fair.
Because I don't know how close they actually are.
Right.
I just know they're near each
I
other.
know they're somewhere around each other, and it's like purely from the stance of like the character trying to get the grasp of like still know that your shit is attached to it and like predates obviously the much younger person.
So you were in, Lawrence. You were in the other of the two Elvish kingdoms. That's where you were.
And what was the name?
Yothelna.
Okay, I would say the name.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've heard Yothelna
Yes,
before
you've
in
heard both.
discussion.
That's where we
Yeah,
have to
they're
go,
right
isn't
next
it?
to each other. It
That's where
is
we
the
have to go.
southern of the two.
That's where I have to
Okay.
go.
So I'm from further south than
No, you're
Yothelna?
from further
I'm
north.
from further.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're from Otasolar.
Also, Yothelna, if I remember correctly, is where Lady Macabre and the whole family thing was, right?
Correct. And
Okay.
the headquarters of the Iron Crown.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Correct.
So long ago.
Yeah.
It was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
That's legit almost 2 years ago now.
Yothelna is where the Iron
The Iron Crown's
Crown-
headquarters
yeah.
are. Yeah.
Correct.
And then I don't remember Lady Macabre's dad's name. The, like, piece of shit guy. I want to say it was, like, Percival.
Piece of
I don't think
shit.
it's Percival.
Cobb.
I don't think it's Percival either. Penisable?
Yeah.
Able to be penis? That's it. That's a good name, though. You should write that down.
Penisable?
Yeah.
It's like a municipal.
I would say we met her and had that discussion. Bam, baby, Percival!
Is it Percival?
Macabre's father, Percival, killed mother in front of her at 15 years old. Mother and daughter forced to live on theft. I want to say that's
Yep.
what I wrote.
Yep,
I would
correct.
have bet you money
If
that it was
she
not
existed
Percival.
as
No, it was.
this is also like me just pondering.
Yeah.
If she
Um,
existed as the mother.
This is the orientation of the two Elvish kingdoms.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It is Percival. Yeah.
Bam, baby.
Yeah.
2 years. You haven't even talked to her in like 18 months. Ugh. Yeah, anyway, in regards to what I was saying, it's like, you would say Ythano and Ask were trained, and then I know in relation for that. Any of them have a similar vibe to Lady Macabre? Obviously, she is, as she told us, a Dampier, but her father would have been, and her creation would have been, well, predating you, but if they've been doing it for a while.
Were they elven?
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's half elven because
She's
the
half
mom's human and the dad was the elf.
Correct.
That's why.
Yes.
I mean, we know his name is Percival Day,
Yes.
so like he obviously doesn't have a black flower name.
Correct.
But like, if he's a prominent fucking vampire noble in that city, like I don't fucking know what connections the dude's got.
Right. Yes. I would say, Lawrence, that you would have seen individuals similar to Elena.
Sure. I mean, would I have? Do we know if that's a show name that she gives, or if do we know her?
Yeah, she has
True
said
name.
she has said her name Elena,
Elena
to
Day,
all
yes.
of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Lady
Madame
Macabre was
Macabre
her
is the
show.
show
Right.
name.
Madame
Yeah.
Macabre,
Yeah.
that's right.
I mean, is that a name that I would have heard prior to?
Or just the Day family.
Right, or like a
Sure.
family. Is that a family? I mean, just from what sorts of things I might have been doing for.
Sure. I would say that you would have heard that name maybe once.
Just kind of in passing.
In passing, not as a prominent family, but as a prominent figure specifically. So theoretically referring to Percival.
Sure.
And you would have interacted with several other people of vampiric nature in certain jobs that you did.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would relay knowing of the family, but not believing that they're
Okay.
Yeah.
related in any sort of way.
Cool.
And I guess I would say I believe the Black Flowers actually, though they did reside in Yothalna, that they originated from further north. Otasolo,
Oh. Okay.
though not in my time with them. Prior.
Sure. How old are you?
I'm young, 20-something. I don't remember no more off the top of my head
Sure.
because of how long ago I would have
Yeah.
written
I'm
it
assuming
down.
she
But
would know.
She would know,
Absolutely. But like,
yes, she would know, and I can tell you shortly.
yeah, no, that's fine. That's just again to me like there's an 80-year disparity between Senor Pigeon and
Hey, that's Sir Senior Pigeon.
Yeah, right. You're a knight now. Also, while I'm thinking of it, when we're long resting, we lost our wizard. Do you have detect magic, Mike? Fuck.
No, it's not preppable.
Yeah, like 25.
Okay.
Detect magic.
Yeah.
It's okay. We don't even need it. It's not even a good spell.
Fucking dude, we'll just roll through it.
Do it the old-fashioned way
Right.
with my +1 in Arcana.
Yep, trial and error, dude. Lick whatever we find. Is it magic? What's school?
do the bite test.
Yeah, right. Effectively. This is arcane magic.
Listen real hard.
Yeah.
Bite it just explodes.
Well,
Yep.
it's whispering curses at me.
Yeah,
so I
right.
don't-
And we have been led to believe it's Fivril in Arbor, right? From the stuff you guys found.
Jandar said, because I asked where the black flowers were.
Yes.
Okay, family. Not
Generally speaking.
Yeah. Okay.
I would think, I don't know that he would answer this way, but I would think that he would recognize that my question was about where their attention was focused. And if my understanding of the family is correct, that I would believe that where their attention is focused, their Fivril would,
Correct.
if not be constantly, he would at least be visiting regularly.
Correct.
So,
Yeah. I think of it only as well, we might run into the same snag as we entered into Fjordain when I entered into Arbor. Ideally not prison this time. I mean, I don't need to surrender myself to, salvage my father's besmirched name. But I should probably, again, obviously become a clown. Is what I'm getting at. I really just want to be a clown. I'm just looking for a narrative excuse to be a clown again. I miss
Your
it.
hair is actually different now. And your hands.
My what?
I don't suppose we should
Your hair?
Oh.
clown our other friend, as he is also from.
Oh, true.
I may or may not be an escaped convict at large.
Oh,
That's funny because of your height.
okay.
At large.
Yes. That's a good joke.
Is she making fun of me?
Large means big.
You're at large. And you are large. Large at large.
And
almost
in
funnier
charge!
because
you're
I
in
get
charge,
it now.
Yes.
These words.
Yes, we'll teach you common sense.
Do you have any clown clothes that
They
are
help
big
me a
enough
lot
for
with
him?
common.
And
What
it's
are
big
they?
enough if you try, right?
What are the Goliath
Stretched clown clothes.
Could sew a couple together.
No need for clown costumes. I can disappear when need be.
That's helpful.
Sure.
For
Yeah, no, that's great.
How long?
Yeah, like minutes or like a day.
Roughly an hour at a time.
Okay. Oh, that's good. It's at least something. I mean, at the very least, if he's, we're entering on a carriage.
I was really hoping to see him as a clown.
Absolutely same. I'm not giving up hope. My hope is that someday he will see the value of clown and choose clown.
Marcus, do you have a clown name?
No. Yes. Serendipity, of course.
That doesn't sound like a clown name.
It is.
I don't think it meets the naming conventions.
Sure, the serendipitous sparrow.
Much better.
We can feather up my bosoms and give me a long beak.
Do we have a sparrow?
I thought you were going to say we have bosoms. do we just have those?
We got these pumpkins.
Yeah.
We'll fetch some chicken breasts from the kitchen.
Do we have bosoms?
Where would we have kept them?
Right? Yes. Sleeves. Anything could be in the sleeves.
Don't we have a sparrow already, though?
Nope.
No?
We have a lamb chop, Mr. Sadbird, and a drowsy field mouse.
Sad bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a sparrow, if not?
A sad bird. I mean, yeah, no. When we're en route to Arbor, there's ample time. It's would I have any kind of time frame for what I think the travel would be from Greymore to
Ardale.
Ardale. There
Yeah.
we go. I was like, I know it sounds like Arbor.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Arbale.
It would be. I mean, it's a couple days just to get from one side of Fjordan to the other.
Yes.
It's probably like a week
A week
plus.
plus.
Like, it's
Okay.
a long time.
Sure. So I mean, we obviously have ample time for costuming and things of that nature, and then I don't know if anybody had anything in Southport, right? The city with Sheila. If anybody had anything in Southport they needed to stop off to do. I don't really need to visit the Lake Mount again. My people are quite settled. So I mean, at least this time when we make the subsequent journey, we are able to do so with only minor stops for rest and food.
Possibly less dead bandits on the side of the road this time.
I mean, I once they're dead, ideally they don't come back. So you know.
That depends on the bandits.
Yes.
She raises a good point.
Yes. I mean, that was also
What
genuinely.
if scary undead bandits?
Well, then we'll. You got nails.
They steal your bones in your sleep.
That's what the nails are for. Right?
I heard.
My bones!
I heard they use bones and worms as money.
I thought you said mommy.
I don't.
They use bones as mommy.
I'll pull out a silver. I only have these. I don't think I have any worms.
Okay, well, would you like worms?
Well,
you see they come from under the ground.
I mean, they probably wouldn't try to rob us
If
since
we
we don't
had
have any.
Worms.
I guess we have bones.
Yeah. Well, they want our bones.
That's the problem.
Okay.
We'll have to keep watch.
Oh, I'm trying to settle a kingdom. We can worry about the worms on the road.
That's probably when we have to worry about the worms.
Yeah.
Road worms.
Road worms.
Strange custom.
Yep.
Speaking of customs,
Yes.
do your people have a handshake?
Yeah, that's a good point. Kind of Goliath gesture.
Marcus and I have been teaching Dandelion the ways of the world. Handshakes.
I thought you said hand snakes.
Oh.
Well, if you have those would be...
No, I only have worms. Handshake.
Yes, when you greet another of your tribe. A fit of welcome. Or if you were to introduce yourself to someone.
Like this one, and I'll
Something
do.
formal.
I'll go up to Ren and do the.
Baker.
That would be inappropriate. Ren is not a baker.
Killer.
Hold on.
Ass man. Ass man.
There's handshake zone.
It's just baseball players
Get
going
in there,
by
coach.
each other.
Good game.
Yep.
Good game.
Oh my god. The ass man's handshake.
I'll do the herbalist one.
There you go.
Yeah. So it was the was it the sunshine, growing the plants, and then making the potion, and then putting a cork in. I don't know how that translates
Yeah, I'm
to a
on board.
handshake anymore, but we do it perfectly.
Yep.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
that Ren knows the handshake
Yes.
of an herbalist.
Yes.
I'm still fully masked, but you can tell that I'm just like,
No handshakes for your people?
No.
My people don't have handshakes either. This is all very new to me. We'll have to teach you.
You might need to join Dandelion in learning the customs of the land.
It helps blend in. Everyone's very convinced.
I think I understand now. What are the floors in here?
They would be stone.
reach down and I'm gonna scratch up a handful of like dirt and stones and rocks.
That's a good start.
Mountain?
Like that.
Just like that,
It's a
yes.
good one.
I like that. That's how we do it.
There you go.
You understand is what I mean.
It was a language barrier.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you.
I don't have a handshake. I'm not from here.
He wants you to
this.
try his
Oh,
handshake.
that
Yeah.
one. I guess I'd grab. It's a stone
Yep.
floor.
There's like some
Is
dirt
there?
and dust.
Okay,
on
I
the
wasn't
ground
sure if he was
Yeah,
just
from
like.
like people walking.
Yeah.
I guess I would.
No, just rip the cobblestone. Smashed it over my chest.
Like, I guess so.
What kind of foolish
That's how we do it.
Let me try. Making death
Really
saves
yellow.
over a handshake.
It looks really yellow.
For you, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, it's because it's past 10, maybe? I don't know.
Probably.
I thought there was something wrong with the lights or something. Yeah, I guess Dandelion would grab some loose debris off the floor and smack her chest and sprinkle the debris. Like that?
Just like the mountains, yes.
Dandelion, I can also now teach you the handshake of the logger.
Woodman.
A woodman.
Is that anything like Bass Man?
A little.
Do we?
I slap trees. Real hard.
Oh!
Yes.
Got it. With the axe, I
I thought we had
understand.
that one, but I guess.
It's an axe, man.
So many words sound same, mean different thing.
What is the handshake of?
Ready?
Yes.
You're gonna put your hand down flat on the table like this. Your hand needs to meet mine. We're making the tree. And now we must chop the tree in unison. Ha! And then again. Ha! And then on the third strike, the tree falls. Ha! Crash!
This is a very elaborate handshake.
That's
I'll
why
have to
there's not many
remember that.
loggers in the world. It's too hard. It's grueling work. Shaking hands.
I need a book. I
Absolutely,
should
you
write
do.
these down.
You should.
It's a handshake handbook.
Yes, absolutely. I like the name already.
Shake book.
Shake.
Paper trail.
I thought you were just gonna arm wrestle me.
That's how we toughen you up. Right. He just like
We're going to the gym now,
picks you up
Sarah.
and puts you through the table.
Bread, cheese everywhere. Alright, so I have the Mountain Man. Is that what you call?
Mountain Man.
It is the greeting of the Volcari tribe.
Volcar.
How do you spell that?
VOL. CARTHI. It's spelled the normal way,
You were
guys.
so
Yeah, I was
close.
just saying the standard
Yeah,
fantasy
right.
spelling.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't hear the-
Califray Fleep do. Alright, come on. Let's not act like this is our first Califray.
You all know how to fantasy
Right.
spell. Don't lie.
Oh,
Fantasy phonetic.
right. Well, I don't know what you all would like to do for the day, but as I said, I do need to try to talk with Captain Emmerich and see what recommendations he might have for other individuals in the city that he can make the recommendations for replacement figures for the council. I would make the recommendation for some of the figures possibly of the kind, good-natured old modern folks we have met.
But unfortunately, we haven't been in Greymore that long, and we don't know that many people.
I would like to speak with Emmerich as well.
Oh, sure.
See if he knew where Jandar had been staying since his offices were destroyed.
Very good.
I'd
Absolutely.
like very much to toss his office.
Emmerich? Or Jandar?
Jandar.
Is there much left of the old one, or you're talking new one?
Maybe
Where?
both.
Wherever
one
he
is-
was
Okay.
staying.
I think the old one is.
Our friend here is looking for a way to track this Kingmaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely.
If they send correspondence, trail dead bodies laying on the side of the road, I'm pretty good at it.
Okay. Yeah.
Why were you following us?
I need to find you.
I
Why?
had to look for.
You see, my time on the end of a leash. I thought I was doing the right thing. Then I find I'm not. And I hear stories from Arbor saying, "Oh, Marcus, we hate him. He sucks." I'm French
Very
now.
good.
He sucks.
Okay.
They talk of the wilted leaf. They talk of his son trying to win back the kingdom and how they don't take it seriously whatsoever. I start seeing what it is they're doing. The people that they're having me put to bed. And enemy of my enemy might be a friend.
Well,
And I think this boy stands for something. Something I have not seen in a very long time.
yes. MILFs.
That's true.
It was good enough for
lots.
the Allfather.
Yes.
There are lots of men he would like to fight.
Indeed. That was why the castle grounds were so sad. So many lost MILFs.
Just imagining two scenarios with the language barrier. Either he is dead on the same page, or he has somehow gotten this reference
Right.
and doesn't realize that you're not on the same page. And either scenario is great.
Needless to say, enemies align. We take allegiance to one another. I will fight for you.
It's always nice to welcome another brother in arms.
You're going to hold me?
I mean, if you're dying on the battlefield and you need healing, I can do such thing. I do need to,
yes.
I do need to hold you to do that.
Battlefield holes. Yes.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
There are things that I need to do for myself, yes, and people that I don't think deserve to breathe anymore. They're both pointed at the end of our swords.
Yes, we have people who are very good at cutting throats. 3 of them. Seriously, they're very good.
Who did the decapitation? I learned that word. I love it.
Who did we decapitate?
The bandit?
Oh.
Side of the road.
That
I
one.
find the body and then
Yes, that
there's
one
no
was-
head.
I was going to say, I feel like there have been a few.
Oh, we got rid of the head, didn't we?
Oh, I found it 6
Haunted
meters off in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, I buried just the headless body. Yeah, that one was just a pigeon. He's got sickles. Very good.
Just eat my sandwich.
Language barrier.
I actually think it was part of his clown training.
Mm-hmm.
Twig is very good at coming out of the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Ren last night. Shay was a sneaky one. You would disappear. You were hard to find.
Slink into my
Does it again.
Right? It's so natural for her. It's amazing.
Never change.
Right.
Where are we off to first?
Well, I would imagine Emmerich would be in the somewhere within the grounds of the keep. Obviously, in the aftermath of everything that happened last evening, I'm sure that there is still some sense of turmoil and unrest. I would hope to find him there and speak with him away from the presence of the king.
This king. I don't like him.
Nor do I.
He's a coward.
Yes, he is.
I tell him. To his stupid face yesterday. He was very tired. I don't think he heard. He just said, okay.
Well,
While I was playing that whole time, did the king ever emerge or anything?
Not that you saw, but you were facing away from the castle. Theoretically, looking at the battlefield outward. So, not that you saw.
even if he did come out, he didn't visit the fucking graves, which is what matters. Like, as far as I'm concerned. Even if that dude took a footstep out of the goddamn castle, he didn't visit his soldiers' graves. Also, while I'm thinking of it, I don't know whether or not, based on his age, my father would have had any time in servitude under Gerald Lowe II. And if he would have told me anything of the king's father. Like, this king, obviously from his description as the Burger King, it's indeterminate age. He's juicy all the time. Like, how am I supposed to know how old he is? From the Salt and Pepper, he seems like he's probably 40s or 50s. But, like...
Prime juice.
Yeah, like, his father could have lived
Salt
until
and pepper.
his 50s or 60s. And,
Juice.
like, he might have been king for 20 to 25 years. My father served, like, upwards of 30-ish years ago as well for his start. Even still, as a man, like, joining the military, he would have seemingly had the option.
He could have it his way.
Ooh, char-grilled king.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Would you like to send me stuff later, or would you like me to roll something for any sense of history? I am exclusively looking for in the relationship of, like, whether or not his father was a better king, and the disconnect between father and son being unnerving and unsettling to me as a guy who seemingly is the third king in the line of the family.
Correct.
Ideally, his two predecessors should have been, to a degree, better.
Yeah, I would say that you would remember, especially having seen the current king. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Sure.
That distinction would be
Okay.
apparent. That when your father was a younger man in the military, having served under the previous king, he would have told you that he... like, looked up to the king as somebody that, like, led his people.
Yeah.
Did not have the same statements about the current one.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. But, yes.
Fair.
Yeah.
Very good.
So, yes, the separation of, like, polar opposites is definitely, like, a yikes.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Well... pack up our things and head to the castle. Especially since we awoke around, midday. I don't want to get there, like, evening hours and interrupt dinner.
Are we coming back here?
Possibly. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long this is going to take me to resolve. I mean, who knows? I could talk to Emmerich, like, one time, and it could go great, and the king could be like, I don't actually like kinging, and, step down willingly.
Really hate kinging.
Yeah, like, after this terrible experience I've had, I don't want to king anymore.
He didn't seem like someone who would want to be king anymore.
Yes, that's kind of my hope, is that this man is like, wow, thank you guys for telling me I don't have to king anymore. And, like...
He might be happy about it.
Exactly. He might hug me in relief. Like, I don't know. He also might be a piece of shit. So, it's difficult to discern a timetable right now. But, like... We also probably wouldn't want to leave in the middle of the evening anyway, even if we did finish up in this day. It's, rough to try to take the roads at night. The horses are a little bit more, skittish when they can't really see the ground ahead of them, so...
Better still, wolves.
Also
All
bears
kinds
and
of
wolves.
beefs.
Yes. So, I mean, ideally we can come to a good, honest conclusion for here, and then move on maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe the current king really just wanted to make pots and had to follow in his
Father's
father's footsteps
footsteps.
like several other people in the campaign.
Right?
Who knows?
I mean, that's how kings often work.
Yeah, literally.
Mhm.
Exactly.
He just wanted to make art.
Right?
He didn't even want to be king.
It's like I planned it.
Right? I'm gonna find out he, like, makes the fucking cloaks, like, handmade, and he's just, like, an artisanal
He's a
knitter.
really good artisan.
Yeah.
He's just a really bad
Right?
king.
When it comes to knitting, I'm good. Kicking, maybe not.
It's only a few letters different.
As we're helping him move out of his rooms, we
Yep.
see all of his needlework.
Yep. Dude, can I buy this?
Bro, open a store.
Right?
So you guys pack everything up, and you, some of your things. You leave some of your stuff. The things that you would need to take out for the day.
Yep.
And you walk through the city, and people are for sure confused, not understanding what has happened yet at this point. And they make their way. You make your way through the city up the center street towards the castle, and you see that there's a lot of people gathered around looking through the gates and the fences of the castle grounds.
Okay.
And as you make your way to the gates and they open for you to walk through, you can see that in each of these graves that you have buried these men in, a sunflower has bloomed in each and every one of them.
Very good.
And that's where we're going to end tonight. Friends, thank you very much for watching this evening. We will be back on Monday for the city of Oshwamp, where some bad stuff's just happened and might continue. Who knows? It's definitely possible. But yeah, thank you guys very much for being here, and we will see you next time. And we'll be live next Friday for this as well. Bye-bye.
Good night.